The boy who called 911 every night. It was January 2019. Snow covered the streets of a small town in Oregon. Most people were asleep. But inside the county emergency call center, Sarah Williams was halfway through another long night shift. Sarah had worked as a 911 operator for almost 6 years. She had heard every kind of emergency imaginable. Car accidents, house fires, medical emergencies, domestic disputes. But she had never received a call like the one that came at exactly 2:11 a.m. The phone rang. Sarah answered immediately. 911, what's your emergency? For a few seconds, there was only silence. Then she heard breathing. A child's breathing. Hello? Sarah asked. The voice that answered sounded young and frightened. Please don't hang up. Sarah sat up straight in her chair. The caller sounded like a boy. Maybe 10 years old. What's your name? She asked gently. Ethan. Okay, Ethan, tell me what's wrong. The boy hesitated. Then he whispered. I think someone is living in our house. Sarah frowned. What do you mean? I hear him every night. The boy's voice trembled. He walks through the hallway after midnight. Sarah quickly typed notes into her computer. Where are your parents? There was a long silence. Then Ethan answered. They're sleeping. Have you told them? Yes. And what did they say? They said nobody is there. Sarah glanced at the caller location on her screen. The address belonged to an old farmhouse outside town. Are you safe right now? She asked. I don't know. A loud creaking sound echoed through the phone. The boy suddenly gasped. He's here. Ethan. I have to go. The call disconnected. Sarah immediately sent officers to the address. But when police arrived, nothing seemed wrong. The doors were locked. The lights were off. And according to the people living there, they didn't have a son named Ethan. The next night at exactly 2:11 a.m., the phone rang again. For 7 nights, Ethan called. Every night he sounded more frightened. Every night he claimed the stranger was getting closer. And every time police searched the farmhouse, they found nothing. Then on the 8th night, everything changed. The phone rang again. But this time Ethan was crying. Sarah. Yes, Ethan, I'm here. I found something. What did you find? My picture. Sarah frowned. What picture? It's in an old newspaper. Sarah's heart started racing. What does it say? Ethan began reading. Local boy missing. Ethan Carter, disappeared 10 years ago. Sarah froze. The room fell silent. Because according to official records, Ethan Carter had vanished 10 years earlier. And was never found. That night police returned to the farmhouse. For the first time, they searched the basement. Behind an old wooden wall, they discovered a hidden room. Inside were old toys, children's drawings, and human remains. DNA testing confirmed the impossible. The remains belonged to Ethan Carter, the missing boy. The same boy who had been calling 911 every night. The town was shocked. After 10 long years, Ethan's family finally had answers. A funeral was held. Hundreds attended. Sarah stood quietly at the back of the church. As the ceremony ended, she felt something she hadn't felt in days. Peace. For the first time. The phone did not ring at 2:11 a.m. Weeks passed. Then months. The calls never returned. Until one snowy evening, Sarah discovered an unopened voicemail. The timestamp read 2:11 a.m. Her hands trembled as she pressed play. A familiar voice filled the room. It was Ethan. But this time, he wasn't scared. He sounded happy. "Thank you, Sarah." Sarah felt tears fill her eyes. The message continued. "You were the only person who listened." Then Ethan spoke one final sentence. "I'm not alone anymore." The voicemail ended. Sarah sat silently for several minutes. Then she smiled through her tears. Because after 10 long years, a little boy had finally found his way home. If you enjoyed this story, subscribe to Noxvale Stories for more dark mysteries, suspense stories, and chilling tales. Welcome to Noxvale Stories, where every mystery hides a dark truth.